In the 1950s, the U.S. government launched attacks against mass movements for social justice. This program was called CointelPro. It was spearheaded by J. Edgar Hoover's FBI with the support of military and police agencies nationwide. The goal of CointelPro, without pretense of legality, was to destroy leaders and organizations, to sow division and distrust. Of course, repression against peoples of color, poor and working people, and progressive organizations in the U.S. goes back hundreds of years, beginning with genocide against Native Americans and African slavery, as well as a war of conquest against Mexico and the colonization of Puerto Rico. Earlier in the 20th century, anarchists and socialists were imprisoned and deported. Later, there was intense repression and infiltration against the Communist Party and progressive trade unions. As the civil rights movement brought millions of people into new social consciousness, CointelPro unleashed wider and more murderous onslaughts against the growing unity of movements for social change.
You were carrying out what you thought was official governmental policy, were you not?
Yes, sir.
And you thought you were doing what the President of the United States wanted you to do.
Despite congressional investigations, many of CointelPro's crimes are not fully known. Activists who experienced it firsthand hold important lessons for the present and future.
CointelPro was most active at a time when peoples around the world were fighting against U.S. imperialism. You had the war in Vietnam. You had countries in Africa struggling against colonialism and demanding independence. In Latin America as well. And then you also had within the borders of this country, people of color also struggling against white supremacy and for empowerment in their own communities.